Hey everybody, this is Nick. I wanted to talk about a cool ultrasound we saw a few weeks ago. This is a lady who came into the emergency department with hypoxia and was then seen in EC3 because she was kind of ill and they didn't really know exactly what was going on. At first, it wasn't clear if this was kind of CHF, COPD, and then she had some sort of loud, noisy breathing, and there was maybe concern for upper airway problem. Somewhere in her workup, she got a bedside ultrasound, and I think it's a really cool one. So, if you look at this clip, this is an apical 4-chamber view. You can kind of see the right ventricle here, you can see the pacer wire, you can see the left ventricle here, and then you can see the left atrium. And if you look at it, it's not the happiest heart. I'm going to let a couple other clips play through. So this clip will look a little bit weird. This is a apical long axis view. It's basically just a peristernal tilted on its head. So you can still see left atrium, mitral valve, aortic valve, and left ventricle. It's just turned sideways from your typical view. So as you look at it, look at the squeeze and ask yourself, is this good squeeze or bad squeeze? And then ask yourself, is the squeeze the same everywhere? So let's focus on this peristernal short view. If you look at the peristernal short, you see the right ventricle up top, the left ventricle down at the bottom. And if you think about it, the area in between the septum, so this is the septum. And then the ultrasound probe is on the anterior wall of the chest, so this is the anterior area. And you can actually look at heart regions the rest of the way around. So here's septum, here's anterior, here's lateral, here's posterior, and then here's inferior. So the salpy goes all the way around again. Septum, anterior, lateral, posterior, inferior, salpy. So if you look here, the septum is moving pretty well. Or the septum is not moving, sorry. The inferior and posterior areas are moving pretty well. But the septum and the anterior areas move not really very much. This should kind of give you pause, right? Because there are a few things that cause regional wall motion abnormalities. One of them is definitely ischemia, and I think that's what a big concern would be in this scenario. But there's another couple. So certainly cardiology was called because of the concern that this could be ischemia, but the people that did the ultrasound rightly said, you know, this kind of looks like an octopus pod, especially this view, right? It gets really big and wide here and then kind of thin at the neck during systole. Let's see if I can pause it during that. Oh, good squeeze here, but the apex is ballooned out. And so actually this ended up being Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. So what's the lesson? I think the lesson is do ultrasound and look to see, especially in the peristernal short, if squeeze is even all the way around. And then remember that there's a differential for this kind of regional wall motion abnormality or regional wall motion problem. Ischemia should be high on your list. It's not your job to make the diagnosis of Takotsubo, right? It's your job to bring to cardiology's attention that this could be ischemia. And if it happens to end up being Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, cool and kudos. So good job and have a good day.